I am not a street photographer. In fact, I'm afraid of street photography on a number of levels. One, I'm very shy and introverted. If someone notices me taking their photo, I physically flee the scene. Not running or anything, that would attract too much attention. Just head down, medium fast-paced walking in the opposite or a perpendicular direction. Number two, I'm very conflict avoidant. I'm terrified at the idea of somebody being upset that I've taken their photo. Getting into a street altercation is something that I would very much like to avoid. Number three, I believe that good street photography is one of the last true remaining arts in our industry. While I might have the equipment and the technical abilities to make street photographs, I very much feel that I don't belong. On a regular day, my residual imposter syndrome hangs out around 65%, which I've learned to manage. When I enter a proper art space like street photography, this imposter syndrome skyrockets to a solid 95%. Then number four, music's picking up here. I am after a meaning and depth to images that simply cannot exist to the creator. I realize that this is a completely impossible bar, but I either want to reach it or not try at all. It's embarrassing to fail, and even more embarrassing if I end up being noticed and put into a physical conflict. But then I had a day off in Vegas. Vegas! Does it sound like Vegas outside? Today, street photography, but everything is from the hip. Which means that I'm too shy to actually compose the images that I want, and I'm a better curator of my own street images. So that is my workaround to doing street photography right now. We're gonna go for a little bit of a walk and take some photos of some strangers and see how that works out. And you're gonna be on my GoPro, you're gonna be able to see everything that I do. So hopefully I don't suck. All right, so settings, 1/25 of a second at 1.8, and GoPro is gonna be up here, and I'm gonna close this entirely, so I'm not gonna be able to see anything that I'm doing. I'm just gonna rely completely on the camera, the face detection, and go out and try to create some images based on the bounds that I believe a 35mm 1.8 can create. Today's challenge also includes only using one battery because all I have is one battery. Although you can charge this by USB-C, so maybe I'll bring a charging block just in case to charge my phone and charge the camera, charge the GoPro. I'm happy that everything is standardized as a single format because that actually makes my life very happy. I'm happy that you were there for me to experience that and for me to come around finally to USB-C live on camera. Have this, it can charge this, it can charge this and my phone. Not my sunglasses though. Those are analog. You may ask yourself how much of street photography is legal in Las Vegas, and quite honestly I don't think anything is from public property. Everything is private somewhere, so inside is the same as the sidewalk outside. Everything is somewhat legal. Everything is a mixtape. You can release it, but you can't charge money for it, so there are no ads on this video because of that. So hopefully I don't get sued for making these images, but who knows. In the grand scheme of things, I would rather get sued and go through the process of copyright and a bunch of things that are actually interesting and relevant to my career rather than just getting in a silly altercation. There's my shot trying to shoot the reflection off the floor. If you wonder what I was pointing my camera at, I'm looking for those yardstick reflections in the floor. And it's not a great image, so let's move on and forget that part happened. Welcome to Amateur Hour, where I just photograph people's feet like I am a 14-year-old girl. The light looked really interesting to me. I just didn't really know how to make it work. I tried a bunch of different combinations. I spent probably 15 minutes here just trying to get a frame so that I was able to put people in the frame and make it happen, but it was just unfortunately unsuccessful, so I had to move on. And even though it looks good, I knew that there's kind of a give up point because the light is fading and I only have so much left. Let's go outside and into the beautiful, beautiful golden hour. And this is a moment to give a shout out to Evan Ramf. So Evan, I met 2 days after I took this video, and I had not watched any of Evan's videos, but now after watching Evan's videos, I realized that this is a direct replica of said videos. And we were in Bahamas last week and Miami as well, and I asked him, I was like, I'm super insecure about the images I took on this video. I'm like, I haven't released this video because I'm afraid to enter the space that might be filled with such rejection, and that I really feel like I don't belong in the space. And he was like, dude, those are good images, like you should release this video, show your process. And inspire other people to start their journey, or at least be a small, tiny piece on their journey that inspires them to go out and create images, because you have no idea the butterfly effect of the things that you might inspire in the world. So that was really cool, and I appreciate that. So I'm releasing this kind of with his blessing, even though I realize that it's his exact style. By the way, I got nothing on this escalator, so yeah. I do enjoy this image, though. I mostly just like kind of the fingerprints and the arm prints that are on the glass. I feel like if nothing else, that tells more of a true story of what Las Vegas kind of is, that it's pretty, but also, yeah. At the bottom of the escalator, I got this shot, which is a shot. I hope you enjoyed it. It's gone now. Now it's a black screen. This image, though, I'm pretty happy with it. Got some compositional elements right based on my rough estimate of what the 35mm lens looked like with the LCD closed, and cut off their feet. All right, back inside, because I thought, again, that the light was so good and I could do so many amazing things with it, but turns out I couldn't. Hung out here again, great light coming through, lots of good neutral colors, and it mostly worked out. All right, let's take a walk down here. This looks great, but no, didn't get anything. People walking, but it's kind of a boring photo overall. All right, moving over here, there is a wedding going on, so if you want to be a wedding photographer, you just shoot some accidental images and then use them in your portfolio for the next 10 years. I'm kidding, don't do that. That's a very dishonest thing to do. Ah, look, it's Deadpool. Not gonna lie, some of my favorite photos are just him kind of isolated with his unicorn, all alone here. I don't know. It makes me laugh. I'm happy with it. I feel like this is a bit of an ethical boundary for me. I feel like this image, well, it might be a thing, I don't really need to take it. It's not that important for me. I feel like it more makes fun of the subject than it actually paints a scene, I guess. But here's a photo just in case you're the type of person that would take this photo. This is what it would look like. Science. This is the scene to the left, which I very much enjoy a lot more. Ah, yeah, the American dream come true. Let's get down to brass tacks. How much for the ape? I think at this point I was done, but then I captured this image and it really kind of, it propelled me to go forward to create more into the evening. So this is the second part that shouldn't really have existed. Again, being attracted to the bright lights and failing to make anything good in the bright lights, so we will go to another place. Here we are, the people in the sky flying. I like this photo better. The second photo that I take is I try to simplify and I try to make less Brooklyn Bowl and whatnot, and it's fine, but the first one is better. Isolation's better, more simple. Here we are in a beautiful casino. There are many people being romantic at the casino, people standing for no reason here, leaving. There's a baby. I don't really know what happens here at Casino Royale, but it's always weird. Then I took my GoPro off and went for a little bit of a closer walk around with some of the table games, which you're probably really not supposed to do. That said, this is probably my favorite image from the entire set. I feel like it's just like crazy that I was able to do that and nobody questioned why I had a camera at a craps table. I'm going to close off this set with this image right here, which I believe is how everyone feels at the end of the night in Las Vegas. Also, that sign to the right, what you eat in Vegas stays in Vegas. It's kind of gross. But that ramen shop off to the left, eat there. It's in the Bally's, the little mall there. It's super good, and they will actually downsell you if you try to order too much food, which I always respect from a restaurant. It was kind of amazing, actually. So there you have it. Wedding photographer tries street photography, and I think I did okay. I'm happy with the results. It pushed me out of my comfort zone. I think that's important for really anyone in any sort of photography to be doing, is the more influences you can kind of pull from your own experiences, the better you'll be able to create within the field that you want to create the images in. So I will bring some of these forward into my wedding photography or my portrait photography, whatever it might be. I learned some stuff, I had some fun, and didn't get beat up. Thanks to Evan Ramp for pushing me to put this video online, and check out his stuff if you haven't yet. The link is in the description below. And we have some vlogs coming out together probably in a couple of weeks. I'm about to release 14 daily vlogs, so stay tuned for that, subscribe, and thanks for watching today. Hope you enjoyed.